Right shot. Now you want to get nuts? Come on. Let's get nuts.
Let's get nuts indeed, kids. What is happening? Welcome to Film Junkie Live. Let's do this. Hit that like, thumbs up, subscribe, do all the things if you haven't done all the things. Where's the little subscribe thing? I can never find it. There it is. Subscribe. Hit a like. If you're here for the entire thing, hey man, leave a comment. Hit the notification bell. Do all the things. What is happening? Hope you guys had a good weekend. You guys had a good time this weekend. It's hot. We got Super El Nino coming in. I don't know if that's a thing. Is that really a thing? I don't know. Been hearing about the Super El Nino thing, and I'm like, oh boy. It's definitely a lot more humid in Southern California than usual, so maybe it is a thing. I don't know. What's going on, Mr. Eric Hardboiled? I'd say no more monkey business, but I guess Safran thinks otherwise. Wah, wah. Is that Batman new suits? Are you talking about in the, what Matt Reeves posted? What's going on, Mr. Raw Frequency? Hope all is well with you. Monique right here, gonna make us hungry. Happy magnificent Monday to you. New York strip steak, pitted Bing cherries, and your choice of jumbo steamed artichokes or cucumber sour cream salad. Yum! Pitted Bing cherries. That's very interesting. Never been much of a cherry person, but I like artichoke, and of course I love me some cucumber. That's for sure. What's going on, Ghoul? Good to see you, bud. Blaine, what's happening, brother? Good to see ya. We got Phil right here. The Batman Part 2. Yes. The World Cup. Nah, I'm not really into soccer. I'm not really into it. Not too much into it. It's just the field is too big, and I'm like, I don't know. I watched a little bit of it this weekend. I was at a pizza parlor, and I watched a little bit, but I watched the NHL Finals and the NBA Finals, and congratulations to the Knicks, congratulations to the Hurricanes. So at least there was that. But yeah, I just can't really get into soccer. I mean, I'll probably watch maybe a little bit of it as it goes further along. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But what's going on? We got Stephanie. Good to see you. Great to see you. It's supposed to cool down Friday. Yeah, it's actually supposed to cool down here Wednesday, so it's going to be... But we're in the thick of summer, man, and then I don't know, the Super El Nino thing I keep hearing about where, it's all weird and whatever, and it's like, oh, great. Music Man, what's happening? Good to see you. Cheese dogs. I forgot to set stuff out, so I just mixed eggs in jasmine rice with some avocado and some buffalo sauce. It was delicious. That's all it was. And I had some kimchi with it. There you go. That was my dinner. 4 eggs in a bowl of rice. Mix it all in. Throw an avocado in there. Have some kimchi, and there you go. Nothing wrong with that. Because I was like, oh yeah, because I was going to have like a sirloin. I was going to make like either a sirloin bowl or sirloin rice bowl or something like that. But I forgot to set out my sirloin. So I was like, all right, guess I'll just do that instead. I don't know. But it was good. What's going on, Devin? Happy the New York Knicks won the NBA championship. But man, their friends are the fans are out of control. You saw, yeah, it gets a little too crazy when it comes to the fans. And I'm like, do we have to get like that? Jeez. Both great finals in the NBA and NHL. Yeah, they were definitely entertaining. So, watch They Will Kill You, and that movie sucked. I still got to watch that. I do want to watch that. Check it out for myself, so. Versus Seed, feeling super. Good. Just ate Popeyes. Hey. Popeyes is, it's better than KFC. That's for damn sure. Haven't gotten my tickets yet. I'm going to get them this week, though. It's big, man. The attendance is out of this world. The U.S. is bringing... Well, that's the thing. And I said this on... I think I said this on the Vodka stream. Or maybe I said it to myself. I don't know. I just was like, I've been noticing that sports... There's been like... All sports seems to have gotten... There's just a lot more talk with sports. that I've noticed. Like coming into 2026, it just seems like people are more excited. I don't know. It's like, something happened where the simulation changed. We're like, hey, we got to get people interested in sports more again. And it just seems like when it came to the World Series last year and how exciting that was, ever since like then, it just seems like this year people are just loving all the sports. And even like the football season seemed like it was bigger, but football's always big. Seems like there's more people attending baseball games and more exciting baseball games. I don't know. There's just a lot of things when I'm noticing about that. But, like I said, I'll probably check out some of the games. I'm just not big on soccer. The field is too big. Throwing everything together in a bowl. Yeah, that's the best way to do it. Jasmine rice. I put four eggs and an avocado, and just boom, and then some kimchi, just some kimchi for some healthy fermented vegetables. Kimchi's good for you. Eat it, guys. Let's see. We got Mr. Laugh Now, Cry Later. Darren, what's happening? I'm more excited for tomorrow, the Batman Part 2, and beyond, the Spider-Verse more than Secret Wars. Nice. Well, good to see you, bud. It's literally one of the worst films I've seen next to Argyle. Oof. I still want to check it out, though. I never cared about soccer till recently after watching an anime, Blue Lock, plus my parents are into it, so it's fun. Yeah, that's good. You always want to share something with the parents, but yeah, sports is ultimate. Yeah. It just seems, I don't know, it just seems like there was a shift because I haven't seen this much excitement for just, and then just, it seems like the games are just more exciting. It's crazy. What's going on, Mr. Droga? Good to see you. And yeah, I played soccer. When I was a kid. World Series last year made me watch baseball for the first time since a kid. It was yeah, exactly. And especially since it was the Blue Jays up in your neck of the woods. I mean, it was crazy, just crazy. Can't believe Jimmy Olsen's getting a TV show. It could be fun, though. It could be fun. Jacob, what's happening? I think They Will Kill You is entertaining, just too similar to Ready or Not, and it's still a lesser version of Ready or Not with Tarantino-inspired violence. Interesting, I like that. What's going on, Ted? What's happening, Mr. Fitzpatrick? But never order kimchi at an all... Oh, no. All-you-can-eat stuff, you got to be very wary when it comes to that. I get mine from Sprouts. Where, yeah, I just get some raw kimchi, get some raw sauerkraut, too. Good for you. Critic Chris, what's happening? You checked out the Back to the Future cartoon series after your episode New Kids in Town from Superman, the animated series? Have you? Have I? Oh, no, I haven't. Did we talk about that when we talked about... Did we bring up... Because I remember I watched the Back to the Future animated series when I was a kid, but... Yeah, I'll have to go, have to go track that down and try to watch some of those episodes again. I thought They Will Kill You was pretty enjoyable. Yeah, seems like it's a fun movie. So we'll see what happens. Football, not soccer, the biggest sport in the world. I believe more people will be into it after the World Cup. I believe that's one of the goals. I see what you did there. One of the goals. I don't know why I just chose that one right there. Just fucking dumb. I know, it's stupid. But no, appreciate you guys chiming in and having some conversations out there. Really good stuff. But yeah, like I said, hit that like, thumbs up if you haven't already. Had a pretty decent weekend. Didn't really do much. Stayed home. Worked on some things. Something that I've told the members only Film Junkie Live on Wednesday that I was actually going to be working on. As soon as that gets further along, I'll talk more about it. So did do that, of course. Watched some sports. Worked on some things. Yeah, good times. I wanted to see that one movie, The Furious. Sadly, I did not get to see The Furious. I thought about it, but I didn't get to see it because I got too wrapped up on stuff. And most of the movie theaters that I usually go to, they're only playing it in the evening. I wanted to see it, but I was like, why don't you have like a day showing? I was like, I want to go during the day. And then the only theater that had it during the day was like this crappy theater that I don't really like going to. They're the only ones that had it, so probably just catch it when it comes out online. So yeah, My Adventures of Superman season 3 came out. I still have to catch up on season 2. I'm behind on that, so all good. Let's see. All right, let's go ahead and get to the tweets here. Let's get to the tweets and see what's happening. Did you guys see this trailer right here? That's right. Our good old buddy David Ayer. Our good old buddy David Ayer is going to have himself a nice little movie that's coming out later this year that looks good, starring Brad Pitt. And it's Heart of the Beast. I'm sure you guys saw this trailer right here. It looks really good. We don't have to go through the whole thing, but it's about a retired Special Forces vet. Obviously, you see it right here, and his dog, who's been injured in battle.
It's okay. Come on.
Anyways, I don't have to like watch the whole thing, but yeah, it's a survival story because of course they crash. Looks like he has a heart attack or something. It's always one of those things where you go, oh man, if something happens to that dog.
Good job, buddy.
We're just gonna have to do this the hard way.
But yeah, it looks pretty good. Doesn't look too shabby. David Ayer and Brad Pitt teaming up again. So yeah, definitely gonna see that. Pop's Film Junkie wants to see that too. A dog movie, you can't do that. A dog in a movie, yeah, I know, right? It's got to be a CGI dog, which I'm sure sometimes it probably is. Yeah, you need to know if the dog. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. You always worry about that. You always worry about that, of course. So, and I don't know if this is true, but one of the best movies ever. Especially when it comes to if I had to pick one of my favorite baseball movies. I mean, obviously this is not going to be like a sequel or anything, but my God, this sounds kind of awesome. The cast of The Sandlot is due to reunite in Dugout Dads, a new series that would see Patrick Renna, of course, who played Ham and who has a very funny YouTube channel, as a Little League coach dealing with unruly parents and coaches. So I'm guessing that these guys, probably not all of them, I don't think Benny, the guy who played Benny, the Jet, Rodriguez, is going to return, but I know like these guys have come back and done reunions. I'm imagining that they're going to end up being the parents, so that's going to be kind of cool. I'm looking forward to this. Could be something fun right there, why not? So anybody who's a fan of The Sandlot, we might see some reunion when it comes to a series. Dugout Dads, Patrick Renna. All right, let's see what happens with that. Oops, I should see. Let's see. Where is that? That was from Deadline. IGN posted. Let's see. Where's that going? Oh, it's is it hide behind a paywall? No, it's not. Okay. I'm not seeing where it's going to be. All the characters in the series are original and not related to The Sandlot. Yeah. Hambino Media. That's so funny. So Patrick Renna's his production company is called Hambino Media. That's awesome. The Great Hambino. I'm not sure where it's going to end up, on a streaming service, or maybe it'll just be on YouTube. Who knows? Not looking like I'm seeing anything. So, but hey, I'm for it. I'm absolutely for it. So there you go. All right, what else we got? Let's see. Oh, yeah. Did you guys see this? Okay, so I saw this right here. Kind of interesting. You know, I'm always like a sucker for different iterations for awesome costumes when it comes to the superhero space. I don't know how many times that, I've had some of the clips that I've posted that have gone crazy, like gotten crazy amount of views because people are like, what the hell is that? Because, obviously we have the technology to do things. I mean, obviously we have artists out there that could just do it with Photoshop or do it with whatever and change things. But this is kind of interesting right here because, when it comes to the Dark Knight trilogy, I think a lot of us agree that the Batman Begins bat suit is better than the Dark Knight bat suit. Just because he looks more beast-like. I don't know. The suit just looks better. But imagine the Batman Begins costume in the blue and gray color scheme. It's not the first time you probably have seen that, but I thought this shot looked kind of cool. I was like, whoa, interesting. I don't mind that. You got the dark navy blue, you got the black bat that really sticks out, and you got the gray, you got the gold belts, and yeah, you got the blue boots and everything. I don't know. I thought that was pretty freaking sweet looking right there. I'm just saying. Just saying. Not too shabby. I know some people are like, no, don't even, yeah. But I'm like, I don't know, the color scheme with all that, with that kind of, yeah. I was like, when I saw that image, I went, oh. I see where you're cooking with a little butter right there. Because let's face it, I mean, the Batman Begins costume is, it's bad. It's good. It's good. It's freaking good. Zack Snyder's Escape from New York. Who is going to play Snake Plissken? That's still very much up in the air. And when that all came about, I asked people who should, and a lot of people gave their suggestions and everything. And there was a few people that I had in my Twitter, and even when it came to comments and everything, that suggested Jason Momoa. To which I was like, no, we don't see. Jason Momoa is already doing so much. I don't really see Jason Momoa as Snake Plissken. And he doesn't want to play Snake Plissken. Jason Momoa doesn't want to play Snake Plissken in Zack Snyder's Escape from New York. I love Kurt Russell, and the truth of it is, like, as much as I love Zack, someone's like, I want you to do Snake. I'm like, I love Kurt Russell. I don't want to. There you go. So you could rule out Jason Momoa. Makes sense. I mean, the fact of the matter is, whoever gets cast, half the internet's going to hate that casting. Guaranteed. Guaranteed half the internet's going to hate it. So you're already going to be like, I mean, people are already going crazy with this already. You're like, they're already putting it under a microscope and going, what? People don't want this, even though technically there's only been one movie. Isn't that kind of, it's always interesting to me. There's a sequel, but nobody wants to talk about Escape from LA because the thing was god awful, but I don't know. So yeah, no Jason Momoa. No Jason Momoa. And if you guys are wondering when it comes to The Social Reckoning that's coming out, that of course is about Mark Zuckerberg, and it is a direct sequel to The Social Network. And, obviously we have, what's his name that I can't remember off the top of my head, that is playing Mark Zuckerberg, which, yeah, it looks like he's going to nail it. But at the same time, Jeremy Strong, that's who's playing him. But at the same time, I think he looks a little too old for it. Like, as much as he's got the mannerisms down, but Aaron Sorkin did say that he tried to get Jesse Eisenberg, and, well, he wasn't having it, because Aaron Sorkin spent 3 days trying to convince Jesse Eisenberg to return as Mark Zuckerberg in The Social Reckoning. He simply did not want to be conflated with Mark Zuckerberg anymore, that he has his problems with the guy. He doesn't like kids coming up to him in airports with business cards that say, "I'm CEO, bitch," for him to sign. That's got to be funny. Hey, can you sign this, Jesse? And it says, "I am CEO." Does that really happen? Does that still happen? Or do you just not like Mark Zuckerberg? Which I totally get. Mark Zuckerberg is a weird fuck. Especially after everything that happened after, That's so funny. Anyway, so yeah, don't expect that. But hey, hopefully we could expect this, because George Miller, dude's up there, let's face it. He hasn't missed a step. I mean, that's what we love about George Miller, is the fact that, remember back in 2015, he kind of showed everybody like, hey, I still got it, and I'm going to show you how to make a dystopian action film like no other. And he did when it came to Mad Max Fury Road. Of course, when it came to Furiosa, that was kind of a miss when it came to the general audience, but if you did watch the movie, it still had what Fury Road had. And now we got George Miller right here. According to Puck News, George Miller is looking to develop a final Mad Max movie and TV series. Amazon, Universal, and Sony are interested in acquiring the rights. Hurry up! So yeah, one more movie, which of course is supposed to be Mad Max Wasteland. God knows if this is going to be Tom Hardy again. Maybe Tom Hardy doesn't want to do it because now it's a decade later. It's over a decade later. Tom Hardy's older. I mean, that was a grueling shoot. Would they even have Charlize Theron again? Apparently they didn't get along on the set. God knows what's going to be happening with that. Or are they just going to do a TV series? For some reason, I don't see them doing, I see them doing one or the other. I see them doing a series more than a movie. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I just don't know if it just seems we're over a decade later. I don't think Tom Hardy would want to put himself through that again. And like I said, him and Charlize Theron didn't get along. I don't know. It'd be nice, but what could you do? And then Disclosure Day, of course, came out this weekend, and we'll talk about the box office. But yeah, there was a showing. There's a showing that happened. I'm not sure where, but in supports, we have 3 notable actors that got together to watch Disclosure Day that, of course, have been in Steven Spielberg movies. Tom Cruise, Colin Farrell, and Dakota Fanning. That's right. So we had a little reunion of Minority Report and a little reunion of War of the Worlds. And of course, I guess that is that a Steven Spielberg popcorn bucket right there? Is Tom Cruise eating popcorn out of Steven Spielberg's head? Weirdo! What are they doing in that Scientology over there, huh? Eating popcorn out of someone's head? Is that what they do in that sign? No, sorry. But it's kind of funny too, because with all this, there was like a random video of Colin Farrell, like when he was, I think he was promoting, it was a long time ago, and this was after Minority came out. This was like 20 years ago. And there was like a video, like an interview. He had like a shaved head because I think he was shooting Daredevil at the time because he was shaved head for Bullseye. And somebody asked him about if Tom Cruise was gay, and he had a very interesting, response, basically almost confirming that, yeah, maybe he is. And you could tell that Colin Farrell was heavily, he did not go into that interview sober. We know that he was very much a party boy. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. Look it up. Anyway, so, and then of course we had all the Batman stuff. Yeah, there was like, yeah, look it up, Ghoul. I had never seen it before too, and then I watched it, I was like, what the hell was that? I should bring it up. Should I bring it up? Let's see. See if I can find it here. I mean, it's going to be very easy to find. Let's see. No, I'm not seeing it. Maybe it got wiped. They got wiped away. They were like, nope, get that clip away. Oh no, there it is. Yeah, it's just like, it was very strange. Here it is right here. Oh yeah, he was promoting that Heart of War movie with Bruce Willis. Here it is right here. It's so random.
What about Tom Cruise, gay or straight?
Straight.
Why?
I said gay there. Gay straight. Why? I just think he is. No one has a perfect gaydar, but I have a pretty good one, and I just think, I've met gay guys who are more butch than him, but I definitely think he's straight.
Okay.
I've said that today a couple of times without any. You're the first person to ask me, which I'm not surprised by this whole interview that you would ask me that question, but yeah, definitely straight.
But he almost slipped there. It's like gay straight. But then again, it's like, hey, he might have been, he definitely wasn't sober during those times. That's just funny. I mean, it's just that for some reason that started like going around, and I saw it on my feed, and I was like, whoa, interesting. And then I was like, and then all of a sudden they're watching Disclosure Day together, and it's like, okay. And it was just kind of funny seeing that going around and that going around. So that was funny. It's whatever. I don't even care. There's been, how long that there's been gay jokes when it comes to Tom Cruise? It's been forever. Who cares? If he is, fine. Nobody cares nowadays. At least I don't. But it's just kind of funny how those things were coming together, which is like, what the hell? Anyways, moving on. This is a very cool Batman whodunit. Remember this? I mean, obviously it's not one of those, but it's just a full-on Batman animated series poster that somebody made right here. Let's see, created by a hand. There's no artist on there, but yeah, still freaking cool. I would love that poster right there. Yeah, no, a lot of people do still care, which is like, whatever. Oh, man, and then here we go. Oh, I mean, Jesus Christ. So, Supergirl, popcorn. No, this is not a popcorn bucket. This is a drink. I don't know. Anyways, drink cup, whatever you want to call it. But this was going around over the weekend. And at first you went, wait a minute, what? Whoa, what am I looking at here? And it was supposed to be, somewhere down south where it was like, oh yeah, this is our little like either popcorn bucket. It doesn't look like a popcorn bucket. It looks like a drink. But then a lot of people were passing this around from Cinepolis. And everybody was kind of going like, oh, wow, okay. From the front, it looks fine. But then when you flip it around, that looks very suggestive. Like, what exactly is that? What are we looking at? Holy Lord. That cup is uncut. All right. But again, you laugh, and people thought that was real. But you have to remember that the age of AI, you have to double check, you have to do all these things. And yes, guys, that's not real. That is AI. Sadly, there's people that were utilizing that. And it's mainly the people that want Supergirl to fail. I saw it in thumbnails and everything. So naturally, anybody who wants this movie to fail and wants to keep on throwing shit at it, they were actually taking it seriously. It's like, guys, it's AI. It's AI. That's not what's happening. But yes, it comes with a complimentary bottle of lube if you want to have that. Very fleshy. No, it's not real. I already saw like a thing that said it was not, not real. You can actually like do the whole AI thing, but it's just kind of funny right there. I know. Cue the freaking Daria the Wimpy Kid gif. But it was funny. It was actually pretty funny. And then of course I started seeing people like that. They're taking it seriously. What? And we have Zack Snyder posting some things. Obviously, we had Man of Steel. That's right. Man of Steel had its anniversary when it comes to 13 years ago. 13 years ago, Man of Steel. Man, I can't believe 13 years ago since Man of Steel. Pretty freaking crazy. Now, first off, all right, I've already kind of showed some things, but let's go to Zack's Instagram because I like to show what's going on his Instagram. And last photograph, A24, I think so. Look at that. A24. Hanging out with my buddies at A24. So yeah, I'm just thinking that he was shopping around the last photograph, and I think that was perfect. Perfect for that. And maybe he was having some discussions for other things too. I hope so. And then of course, Escape from New York also doesn't exactly have a home yet. In that article, they did say they were going to shop that one around too, so. And then we have this right here. Then we have this when it comes to Zack posting the League United. The League United. So he posted this Zack Snyder's Justice League poster. And then he posted this poster right here of Man of Steel. In time, they will join you in the sun. That's a pretty cool freaking poster right there, we'll say. Showing, of course, young Clark in his makeshift cape. And then he posted this right here. Just a poster, and I'm not even sure which language that is. I mean, I'm guessing Middle Eastern. Hindi. Okay, it's a Hindi poster. Okay. That's what it is. Then, of course, he posted the ultimate. I mean, let's face it. The Man of Steel teaser is still, I think, one of the, if not the best superhero teasers I've ever seen. And I remember him talking about it on one of my streams. That he shot a lot of those like close-up scenes, like when you see, like when we saw the opening right there, we saw the waves coming in. That was him that was shooting that stuff. Like he was trying to make it as artsy-fartsy as possible. So those shots were shot by him. Stuff like that was shot by him. Like these kind of shots, shot by him. I remember him talking about that. But I still think it's one of the best teaser superhero teasers out there. But I will say we do, because I kind of brought it up a little bit on the Vox stream, and I've talked about it before. It's like, take a little time while posting and give credit to the artists. Because, when it came to previous stuff, like some of the Man of Steel and, arts that he was posting before, if you actually just, because you can literally do that. I mean, I know I could do that with my phone where you just kind of just do a thing where you can kind of make it back engineer it and try to find the source of that image. you know, when it came to previous stuff, you know, the AI stuff, it's like, yeah, there was literally, it's just like you could find it on their actual Instagram accounts, and yeah, they're AI artists. And it was like, you know, I was kind of making it like, hey, okay, why are we posting AI? You know, I'm like going, why, Zach, are you going to post AI, or you're not going to just like say, you know, I get it. They're cool little images, but it's like, what's going on? Why not just post stuff from your camera roll? I know you got plenty more when it comes to that. When it comes to those two posters, when it comes specifically to that Zack Snyder Justice League and Man of Steel poster, the Zack Snyder Justice League art was from William J. Harris. You can find that on ArtStation. And then the Man of Steel arts came from Ollie Riches. So I'm just, you know, just saying, like, you know, you posted on that. Give a little credit. Give it a little credit. That's all, you know. I'm not trying to make a big stink about it, but at the same time, you know, while it's riling up the annoying fans, and then they're just like, you know, doing all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, meanwhile, wait, I thought we were supposed to give credit to, and we're supposed to like acknowledge artists out there. But again, I know those guys, they lost the fucking memo a long time ago of what everything's supposed to be about. But, you know, I'm just all about like, hey, let's just give some credit, even though they're old posters because they've been around for a while. You know, just a random little thing like search, where's the source? All right, give a little credit. Why not? That's all. That's all. Anyways, all right. Enough of that. All right, and then we got, ooh, okay. I should bring that up during the DCU stuff for sure. Oh, and I love this too. Thank you. Because I don't know how many times I've said that when it comes to Christopher Nolan, obviously one of my all-time favorite directors, a lot of people's all-time favorite directors. I mean, arguably, a lot of people would probably, if you were to run a big, massive poll, people would say that Interstellar is his best movie. I would even say that. Of course, it's all subjective, yes. But I would say that a lot of people would say that Interstellar is probably his best movie. Maybe they even, you know, who knows? Everybody has their choices, but it just seems like Interstellar is like just full-on masterpiece. Some people might say The Prestige. I don't know, you know, but the fact of the matter is, when you have like a director or even an actor, you can actually recognize, I recognize that I would say like Interstellar is probably Christopher Nolan's best movie. But my favorite movie of his is always going to be, seems like, Memento. And guess who shares that as well? Steven Spielberg. That's right. He told Collider that. Steven Spielberg says Memento is his favorite Christopher Nolan film. There you go. The GOAT. I love that. When I saw that, I was like, yes, that's what I'm talking about, Steven. He recognizes it because there's just something about, I mean, that was the movie that started putting his name on the map, and I'm like, come on, man. I love that. Love that ish. And then, yes, I did watch Close Encounters of the Third Kind. I did watch Close Encounters of the Third Kind over the weekend. I figured, why not? And that movie still is fantastic and great. Love that movie. Love that movie. I mean, do you guys remember a movie that came out 20 years ago, 2006? Do you guys remember a certain movie that was written and directed by a certain individual who created such cartoon classics as Beavis and Butthead and King of the Hill? You guys know what I'm talking about. Mike Judge, he made a little movie, you know, I mean, I'm sure, like, do you guys remember this little movie that came out that didn't really do business when it first got released, but then a lot of people watched it when it came out on DVD. He also made another movie that was really excellent too before that also did the same thing, that didn't do much business when it came out in the box office, but then it found second life on DVDs. That was Office Space. But then it's like, yeah, there was like this little movie that came out. Why does it seem like now, you know, in the past couple of years, it seems like it's becoming reality? Did you see that Nitro Circus? Obviously, we had the event that happened at the White House. Literally, we got the Nitro Circus gang, Travis Pastrana and everybody, doing backflips on the White House lawn. I mean, it's holy shit. That doesn't even look real. I'm like, that's a real thing? That's a real thing? Jeez. And then, of course, they had the whole UFC event that happened yesterday. Saw some of the shots. Some of the shots look cool. Definitely the production value was there, but it's like, holy shit. Mike Judge predict a lot of the stuff that's happening 20 years ago for friggin' sure. Jesus, you know? And I remember, like, with the previous administration, they had topless strippers and trans models on the lawn. And so, I mean, that's why I'm not, when it comes to the Trump administration, they went full on this way. Biden went the other way when it came to that. Do you guys remember that? There was like topless, like, I don't know. I remember seeing that too. And I'm like, holy shit, Mike Judge just knew where we were headed when it came to the 2020s and came to the future. So that's what's kind of funny when you see both administrations on what happened on the lawns of the administration. You had this over here and this over here. It's like, pick your poison, I guess. Right, guys? Jesus Christ. Oh, man. I heard the fights were good, but I didn't watch them. What did I watch? I watched the hockey game instead. Anyways. And speaking of the Fury, I guess James Gunn is a fan of Kenji Tanigaki, the director, I guess, of the Fury. Yes, the director of the Fury. And like I said, I wish I found time to go see the movie this weekend, but apparently he took the cast out to go see the movie right here and said, didn't think Kenji Tanigaki could outdo himself after the spectacular Walled In, but man, The Furious really showed him as one of the best action filmmakers working. We loved it. So yeah, apparently, but people were noticing no David Corenswet. Corenswet is not in the crowd, sadly. It's like, oh, well, why no Corenswet? But yeah, I don't know if even Nicholas Hoult is in there too. Maybe they were like shooting some other things or they had to do, I don't know. But yeah, he took the crew and did that. And I'm like, yeah, well, hopefully he found some choreography ideas for the DCU Batman, right? So that's cool. That's cool. And let's see what else. Okay, Holt is there. Okay. I thought maybe I saw him right there, but I wasn't sure. But Cornswit didn't look like he was there. And did you guys see the absolute Batgirl? Well, I guess we'll talk about that during the DC stuff. We'll talk about that during the DC stuff. I forgot. I was like, oh yeah, we're talking about the DC stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of DC stuff, that's for sure. He's in the same row as Gunn wearing, okay, so that was him wearing the hat. That's cool. All right, so let's see. Was that it? I think that was it. No, I wanted to talk about this a little bit. I want to talk about Curry Barker, obviously the writer-director of Obsession. So I did talk about, when it came to the art director of the movie, Sally Chow, and her whole, like, basically kind of, the entitlement post that she did because, she only got paid this much for a 20-day shoot, which she got for 20 work days. She got paid pretty well, to be honest. It wasn't like anything spectacular, but it was not bad. But yeah, of course, it's going to be long hours. But if you're not looking at it like, oh, it's long hours and not this, no, you're looking at it for the experience and still getting paid $300 a day. I mean, that's pretty damn good. It's pretty damn good, and almost making about $7,000 in 20 days. That's 20 days, and I read all that and I thought the entitlement is there, and I thought she ruined her career by posting that because now nobody's going to want to work with her. So Curry Barker was actually featured in the Hollywood Reporter, and I would highly suggest reading the article, looking at the article. Some good things are coming out of it when he's talking about it. Some people are already pushing back on this dude because one thing that he did push back on when people call him a YouTuber, he said, I'm not really a YouTuber. If you look at some of the other great filmmakers, I kind of have a similar story that they do. I do short films. I've done short films just like they did, but I just had, I had a platform to put it on. And so some people are like, what the fuck? You're a YouTuber. It's like, yeah, maybe I can understand that. But to me, a YouTuber is like kind of somebody like that puts a microphone in front of their face and is like weekly trying to be like this and like that. I would almost agree with him because when it comes to their sketches that they would do, And then even like the short films that they've made, it's like, yeah, they're more trying to make something like that. Not really. And they're utilizing YouTube as obviously a good platform, but TikTok also blew them up too. So I don't know. Like, it's kind of interesting, but I saw people already pushing back on that. And then, of course, he talked about he's got an idea for obviously the sequel to Obsession. And he even said before that he wants to it'd be kind of cool to have an anthology series, you know, when it comes to all the Willows, people making bad wishes and all the kind of stuff. But so he says he has a sequel in mind, of course, but he doesn't want to do it right away. And naturally, he's got another movie that's already like in the bag that he's editing. And then he's going to be doing the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, another reboot, which is kind of interesting. He's kind of following the same path as Zach Krager of like, hey, let me make some original movies, show people what I can do, and then I'm going to take on an IP and put my spin on the IP. That's what's going to be interesting, is how is he going to approach the Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Just like some people are going, how is Zach Krager going to approach the Resident Evil franchise? Both are going to be very freaking interesting. But yes, Curry Barker did share his thoughts, respond to obviously the viral post from Sally Chow, the art director. And this is what he had to say right here. Curry Barker shares his thoughts on Obsession art director Sally Chow's viral Instagram post in which she advocated for industry-wide change and improve pay conditions for low-budget crews. I have nothing but respect for the art department, and the work they did was extraordinary. Everybody on this film worked so hard, and they deserve to be recognized. This movie was made for so little money that it's typical that the only people who directly benefit from its financial success are the people who took on some sort of risk. But what I hope is that every person that worked really hard on this film will see opportunities to catapult their careers in ways that can be very financially fruitful for them, like what's happening for me. Good response, because yes, that's what you would hope. That's why you pay your dues. You work those long hours for the little pay. You don't expect anything because that wasn't in the contract. And again, it's like nobody knew that that movie was going to be as big as it was. And it's like, but then you make a big stink out of it. She might have hurt her career by doing that. That's what's so crazy about that. And I thought what he said was like, yeah, perfectly good. It's like, yeah, everybody who worked on that movie will hopefully now move on to bigger and better things where they get the bigger paying jobs. And they're in high demand because, hey, look what you did here. Oh, yeah, look at, because the movie's on, it's now on your resume. That is on your resume. So I thought that was awesome. I thought that was awesome how he responded right there. So who knows? Hopefully that didn't hurt her career too much right there. Phil, you don't have to watch the sequel. He is going to make another one because a lot of people like that. You don't have to watch it. Don't worry. Don't worry. You don't have to watch it, man. I get it. You didn't like it. All right. Ooh, interesting. I'm kind of curious. I would like to see him. I'd like to see the expansion. I'd like to see the expansion of what he could do with the universe. But I'm kind of curious of like what he's going to do with his next movie. Sounds pretty cool. It's more of like a buddy comedy with him and Cooper Tomlinson, who's like his buddy on the channel and stuff. So it's like, but yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that, because that's going to be a different tone where it's going to be more of it's going to be them. Because they're apparently, the next movie is, I forgot what it's called, something ghosts, but there's no ghosts or something like that. And it's basically going to be, they run a ghost hunting team who fake their videos. They fake oh yeah, we found a ghost, but they fake the videos. And then they actually show up to a place where a real ghost is there, and the ghost is fucking with them big time. And it's got Aaron Paul in it, and I think Bryce Dallas Howard's also in it. So, but it's going to be interesting because it's going to be different from Obsession in the fact that it's going to be more in line of what they've been doing on their YouTube channel with them two and all that stuff. So it's going to be interesting. Gonna be interesting. Anyways, all right. Let's get down to the DC stuff. And we'll get to the DC stuff. All right, there you go. And we're going to talk about the DC news. talk about the DC news. Plenty of just random shit. I mean, obviously right now, kicked into gears, the Supergirl world tour. I mean, there's just so many things when it comes to Supergirl world tour. Okay, when it comes to posters, and again, it's like, yeah, the posters have not been all that great when it comes to Supergirl. This one, in fact, has been pretty great. The Chinese poster, not bad. Not bad. Not bad at all. Because I'm like, okay, you place them in the background, their pose is fine. But the background looks cool. I think her pose right here, big time superhero pose. You got Lobo right there with his big long chain. I like this poster. Not a bad Supergirl poster. Probably the best one we definitely have seen. Yeah, so at least with that. I mean, do you have to have, it could have just been them two in the poster and that would have been just fine. Could have been just fine, but it's fine. It's whatever. And then, yes, we have My Adventures of Superman Season 3, of course, premiered over the weekend. I've talked to people who are saying it's a good little, the first episode was good and everything. So hopefully you guys check that out. Still got to catch up. There's a French poster when it comes to Supergirl. Not too bad. It's fine. It's like one of those where she was posing like this, and then they just changed her legs to look like they were flying. You know how they do. It's like sometimes I just wonder, like, huh? Yeah, we got Colin Farrell talking about like he's only in a couple of scenes. He's going to be shooting the Batman, but he's only in a couple scenes. I haven't got much to do on it, but I'll go for 4 or 5 weeks. So he's only going to be in a couple of scenes, which, he's probably happy about not having to sit in that chair for 4 hours in that makeup and everything. So, at least there's that. He's not going to be in it all that much. And they're already talking about like, yeah, there's not going to be the Penguin season 2. There's already a rumor that might not happen. But at the same time, it's like, that was never a guarantee. There was never anything in the books that maybe that was going to happen. Of course, the normals are blaming James Gunn for that. But it's like, no, I don't think that James Gunn would do that, would cancel the series, especially something that worked like that. But I think there was just never like, okay, where are we going to take Oz? We still have to do the Batman part 2 and then possibly a part 3. Is he going to survive? There's always like those questions when it comes to that. I don't know. So many things. We got Anna Naguara, who we mustn't forget that is not only did she write the Supergirl script, she is writing the Wonder Woman script. And she got asked by Collider on, how is she approaching that? Some people didn't like her response, but here we go.
When I put on social that I was going to be talking to the two of you, I think every single person said, please ask about Wonder Woman.
Oh, sure they did.
So, of course, I'm going to say, what is it like actually writing both Supergirl and working on Wonder Woman, and what would you like to tell fans in terms of where you're at in that script?
I mean, there will be a little like sniper dot on my head if I say too much. But I will say that like from all of it, it's just, I try to approach every character that I write from a place of what feels the most true to me about them. For Kara, it was like this backstory that she had, and I always try to come at it that way and put on some blinders and see what the character means to me before I take them off.
There you go. Yeah. Of course, never everyone's gonna like the response, because why? Like, oh, did she even read? Did she read a lot of the source material? She probably wasn't like a big, huge like Wonder Woman, but at the same time, when she's writing the script, I'm sure she's going back through and reading a lot of stuff. That's just what you do. It's like, yeah, but hey, there's a response right there. Cool. And it's funny too, because let's see, I don't think that's here. I'm gonna have to let me find that over here. This is a good one right here, because obviously, like I said, there's a lot of press that's happening when it comes to Supergirl. We got Jake Takes right here, Jake Hamilton, who decided, hey, he was asking the important questions when it comes to Do you guys know who Batman is? Does Kara know who Batman is? And here's a response. Craig Gillespie and, of course, Amelia Alcock.
Let's write that down.
That's a good idea. I hope so.
Definitely write that down.
They don't usually listen to me. So.
Well, you know, they should start. Craig, I've got to ask you, does Kara know who Batman is by this point?
Look at her. Look at her face.
Like, she's so in her own space.
Yeah.
Like, she's running away from everything. In my version of it, you may have heard about Batman. She just doesn't care.
I don't think she cares.
That's actually better.
Yeah.
I don't think she
It's like, it's
cares.
not her problem. It's not her world. It's not like, she didn't ask for it. And that's where we meet her. And it's kind of what you love about her, that she's like so independent.
That's right.
But yeah, I love Mealy's response.
Craig, I've got to ask you, does Kara know who Batman is by this point?
Whoop. She's like, I don't know. I'm kind of trying to gauge this response here, guys. Like, she almost wants to be like, I've met the actor. They've already cast him. I don't know. And then she was like, oop, I can't say anything. I don't know. I mean, we're all having suspicions that Bruce Wayne at least might be showing up in Man of Tomorrow. And we know that Kara is in Man of Tomorrow. Just kind of interesting. Just her response, just the way that she looked, where she was like, oh boy. And then him laughing like, don't say anything. Don't say anything, Mealy. I don't know. It's just kind of interesting to me. It's kind of interesting, that's all. I mean, again, she's adorable. But I'm like going, yeah. That's almost like giving me an indication that maybe we're going to have a Batman or at least a Bruce Wayne when it comes to Man of Tomorrow. Maybe, because it's like, oh yeah, maybe not in this movie she knows who Batman is or a Bruce Wayne, but in the next one, I don't know, what are you guys thinking? I was just like, just kind of interesting. Just the body language was very interesting on that. That's all I'm saying. Body language a little weird to me, but cool. It's fine. Let's see. Got that. Okay, then of course we have this right here. This is pretty cool. It's pretty sweet right here. Amelia Alcock reveals her cape in Supergirl was made using the same original fabric as Christopher Reeve's Superman cape. My cape in this film was remade using materials from the original Superman cape. I think they found 16 meters of that material. So there you go. That's kind of cool. And I was like, all right, that's pretty awesome. So using some of that stuff right here. You know, you love this art right here. So we got Dipankar Talukdar, Dipankar Art 215. He made this little art right here, showing some lanternness, which that looks like Sinestro almost. But yeah, we show Brainiac's ship, his skull ship. We got Hawkgirl right there, Superman, Supergirl. We got Lex. Warsuit. Pretty sweet that's like people making art like that and people are passing that around. Gotta love that. And of course there was like another, I mean, I'm not gonna play that. There was like a music video right here that, I mean, I guess I don't know if this is actually footage from this Supergirl movie, but it's from Warner Brothers Korea. It was basically like, you know, this music video right here. Celebration. Yeah, so. And of course it shows footage.
Quiet. And don't die.
More footage. So, pretty sweet. Like I said, I think the action and everything, I think it's just going to be, it's probably going to be better than Superman. I'm just saying. It looks like it's going to be. And of course, we already talked about Jason Momoa, kind of hinting that Adria Arjona might be Wonder Woman. If you guys watched, I clipped it out from the Vodka stream when I talked about it, because he was kind of giving like an indication when it came to all that. And then yeah, so it's just kind of all, and then of course there's a lot more TV spots and this, that, and this. And what else? Anything else from Supergirl? I think that's all the stuff from Supergirl. You know, there's another TV spot. Of course, they were in Brazil. And apparently Anna is Brazil, somebody said. And so they're out there supporting Brazil versus Morocco and everything. So they were doing that, having some fun out there. Big press tour. Is it going to translate? Time will tell. Like I said, Supergirl is sandwiched in between two animated movies, so it's gonna be a little bit of a rough one. But hey, if it can reach 600 million, or not 600, 300 million, I would say that's a win. I would say that's a bit of a win right there. Why not? So many different things here. Oh, well, hello, beautiful. Yeah, that's right. She's back. There's our Lois right there. Oh. Showing like a little tease of a picture, just right in the mirror, hiding the face, but those pretty eyes are showing right there. What's going on, Dell? Good to see you. I've known Anna Naguara for years. She's also an actress. Oh, she was in Vampire Diaries? I did not know that. But there we go. Our Lois is teasing right there. And even in a recent interview, when it comes to Man of Tomorrow, Neva Howell, who of course plays Martha Kent, in an interview, she said she confirmed she'll return as Ma Kent in Man of Tomorrow, and shared the news, of course, with the Superman celebration. She also said that, oh yeah, if you loved, of course, like hyping up Man of Tomorrow, saying how much better it is and everything. Oof. Sorry, I just saw something right there. Hey, what's going on, Dell? Good to see you. We love Rachel. Miss Brosnahan. She's a great Lois. She's definitely a freaking great Lois. But it is kind of crazy, guys. Kind of crazy to think about that. Again, I mean, the nerd boy that I am and a DC fan and the lover of these two characters, it is pretty freaking awesome and crazy that Man of Tomorrow and The Batman Part 2 are both officially in production. For the first time ever, Batman and Superman each headline their own movie in the same year. That's crazy, because the last time I felt that kind of excitement was the fact that, oh, what's in production right now? A movie where Batman and Superman are at odds with each other. That was also crazy. 10 years ago, 11 years ago. That was insane. Now we got, of course, both characters are in a different universe, but still pretty awesome that a Superman movie and a Batman movie are filming at the same time that are coming out next year. Next year is going to be awesome. Goddamn. Love that shiz. All right. And then there's that. What else we have? And we'll get to the... Yep, we got, of course, Absolute. Oh, yeah. Where's it in HD? Did you guys see the Absolute Batgirl? Did you guys see the Absolute Batgirl? It's coming out. Oh, yeah. You know who the blueprint was. Yeah, you can't tell me that doesn't look like Nightmare Batgirl right there. Oh, yeah, they definitely took some inspirations from the Nightmare Batman, but there's Nightmare Batgirl. Holding a gun, got a trench coat, with the handkerchief, or not the handkerchief, the scarf, whatever. And yeah, that's very Nightmare Batman right there. That's awesome. But yeah, you better believe that Scott Snyder was like, oh yeah, we're getting inspiration from Nightmare Batman on that one. Oh yeah, and this was kind of cute right here. When they had Supergirl, everybody arriving in Rio, obviously they were met with people dancing. It's pretty cute. Because, they're all dancing. Even Craig Gillespie looks cute. He's trying to do his white boy moves. There we go. Hey!
Wow.
Gotta love that. Gotta love that. Brazil loves DC for sure, and yeah. Again, I don't know. Amelia Alcock, she's just adorable. Absolutely adorable. Okay, now let's talk about Petey Safran pants. Saffy pants? Is that what I'm gonna call him? Petey Saffy? Petey Saffy. So, yeah. So Peter Safran, Mr. Saffy pants here, he just was like, oh yeah, I'm so excited right now. Who knows, maybe he had a Red Bull or an espresso, and he was just like, I'm just going to talk about everything. I'm going to talk about everything right here when it came to this event out. I think it was out in Rio or one of the events in Brazil or something like that. But yeah, he started talking about the future of the DCU and everything. So here's one of them right here.
We talked about the Gorilla Grodd show.
What? The Gorilla Grodd show?
This year. So, well, that's big news, by the way.
Yeah.
Probably should have said that.
Peter, nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you, too. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Great. Happy to be in Brazil.
We have Supergirl. We also have this year Lanterns, Clayface, and already shooting we have Man of Tomorrow and the Batman Part 2. You guys in DC are...
We've been busy.
Yeah.
Busy.
You're making a lot. When do we can have a Justice League movie, a new Justice League for you, DCU?
We know eventually you head in that direction, but we really are just talking about those movies that we've announced and those projects that we've announced. Supergirl, Lanterns for HBO, Clayface this fall, Man of Tomorrow, Batman Part 2. You know we're going to do Brave and the Bold, introducing Batman into the DCU. We talked about the Gorilla Grodd show for HBO that we'll start shooting this year. So, well, that's big news, by the way. I probably shouldn't have said that.
Call it the Gorilla Grodd show.
In terms of what goes on beyond that, we'll talk about that when the time is right. But it's really important for us, like with everything, to get the scripts right, to get the story right. We're not in any rush. We want to do it right. We want to do it well. We want the stories to be crafted in a beautiful fashion. And, you know, having a creative visionary like James Gunn at the head of DC gives us such an incredible advantage. And it's a beautiful thing to be able to work alongside him to tell these grand stories with these grand characters that we respect so much.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
Ooh, the Gorilla Grodd show. I'm like, dude, Gorilla Grodd show. He got a little too excited. I think he got a little too excited when it came to that. It's like, but you know, James Gunn actually came out and where did he say it? Let me find it right here. James Gunn, where his response on social media when it came to that. There we go. So here's James Gunn's response when it came to that. It's both a Jimmy Olsen and a Gorilla Grodd show, and it's one of my favorite projects. We start filming soon. Interesting. So, of course, a lot of people going, why the fuck? Why? And I'm just kind of going, well, why not? To me, I'm just kind of going, well, that's interesting. Is Jimmy Olsen really teaming up with Gorilla Grodd to like solve cases that are going to be within the DC universe that are going to introduce more DC characters? Cool, sign me up. But then I'm kind of going like, or is Gorilla Grodd the antagonist of the Jimmy Olsen series? Could be, maybe eventually, but I almost like the fact that it's like, yeah, maybe that could be something interesting right there where we have Jimmy Olsen and Gorilla Grodd kind of just like doing their own thing, and I'm like, yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued at least. You know, while other things are in the works, why not just have this interesting little like, okay, sub-series that's going to introduce more characters and expand the universe more? I'm all for it. I like it. I don't have any issues with it. I know some people do. They're like, how do we get this before Batman and Wonder Woman? And it's like, well, because why not? See what happens. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'm all for it. I'm definitely all for it. So there you go. I guess it's as good as mine. I went to like, yeah, exactly. It's all about expansion. You got to do some stuff different. It's so funny when people are like, you got to do something different. You got to do something different. And then somebody comes in and does something different. And then they go, what the fuck is this? It's like, why are we not getting, you know, the normal formula, which is introduce the big characters, team up, sequels, team up, you know. It's like everybody wants that same thing, so everybody wants the same thing. It's pretty interesting. Digigamer, Supergirl on the thumbnail. Are you talking about my thumbnail? Are you being that fucking asshole again? Yeah, probably. Digigamer, the registered asshole of the super chat, of the chat, of Film Junkie Live. He'll come in and make fun of someone's looks and then quietly walk out. Anyways, you better believe there's something ugly behind that thing. That profile picture. Anyways, all right, so what's going on, Hunter? Good to see you, buddy. And then, of course, we have, no, it's fine. He won't say anything more after this. He usually doesn't. Don't worry. Yeah, he's not on the thumbnail, but because I have Gorilla Grodd on the thumbnail. That's probably what he's referring to. Again, you know what he's doing. He's trying to get a rise. He's trying to get a rise. Like I said, he probably won't say anything after this. Oh yeah, we also got this too from Supergirl. We actually got some. We got some score. We got some of the composing of the Supergirl. You know, obviously, we haven't heard much of the score, but we have a little bit of a track of the main theme right here. Yeah, you can listen to a longer version, and it's good. It's good. It's not gonna. We've only just we hear needle drops mainly in the trailers, but all good. And then of course, like when it comes to My Adventures of Green Lantern, we got our first look at Miss Cruz right here. So there she is, and the voice actress is the actress who's playing in the live action Milano, right? Milano. So, but yeah, that's what she looks like right there, and says, things get even worse, even more debris from the Lantern's accident space war arrives, along with their alien foes to protect Earth. Of course, Jessica Cruz will have to overcome her fears, anxieties, and your typical teenage drama to lead a new Lantern Corps against the terrifying foe. Against a terrifying foe. So that's pretty cool. So there's also that as well. And then when it comes to, of course, the Batman Part 2. Sorry, everything's just so many different things here. All right. Let's try to break this down. Anybody wants to help break this down, we can try to break this down. Maddie Reeves right here giving us a little bit of like, hey, the Batman Part 2 is starting to film right now. I'm going to drop a little image and, obviously there might not be anything in here to decipher, but you never know. The biggest thing is that clock. It almost seems like that clock is significant with something. Why is such an interesting time for that clock? Why is it center focus? 8:12 a.m. It's kind of interesting, right? And then, of course, you got a Funko Pop of Battinson right there. It seems like that's is that the Funko Pop I have? I don't know. Let me see something here. Let's see if I could zoom it in a little bit more. I mean, it seems like what's this yellow? Did we see that right there? Is this? Because I know somebody was asking right here. I know somebody was asking that right there. I'm like, I don't know if I think that's the old Funko Pop. I think I had a different one, but yeah, I think that's not really anything new right there. Not going to be anything new. I don't know. So yeah, so we got 8:12. I don't know what that means. We got some blue headphones, some audio devices. We got a microphone, and then of course part of the screen right here. Yeah, I don't know. It's probably nothing. There's probably nothing to decipher right here. Probably nothing. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's definitely something. Yeah, it's from the 2000. Yeah, because I know there was multiple different ones, but yeah, this probably means nothing. But I mean, it's just kind of interesting that he chose to have the clock in there. And maybe that's when, my guess is that maybe it was just when they shot the first piece of footage was at 8:12. Action, 8:12, Monday, June 15th is just when the Batman Part 2 officially started. Kind of brings a tear to your eye because, again, you know, it's been a long journey. It's been 5 years. And a lot of doubt out there when it comes to the Batman Part 2. So that's cool. And then, of course, Mr. Jeffrey Wright, he wasted no time into also saying, like, hey, guys, citizens of Gotham, fear not, as the mustache returns. Oh, good on Jeffrey Wright. He's like, hey, that's right. The good old Commissioner Gordon mustache is making its return. It begins again. You know what time it is. So, hey, I mean, that's what Commissioner Gordon's known for, man. The stash. The absolute stash. And then, of course, when it comes to, I mean, this is nothing, but then, you know, that we have like a official, the Batman Part 2 social media accounts, and they put like the official logo. It's nothing. It looks like the old logo, except it has Part 2 and it has the DC Studios, the official DC Studios logo on it too. So, you know, there you go. So I don't think there's going to be a trailer dropping on August 12th. No. Like a teaser, that's in 2 months. That's in 2 months. They're going to have, I mean, then again, I mean, they only had like less than 30, they had like 20 something % done before they dropped that first teaser for, you know, DC whatchamacallit back during COVID. They only had like part of them, like 20, like not even 20, like 20 something % of the movie. I mean, that'd be pretty sweet if they were to put some kind of crazy teaser out there. Maybe 8/12, maybe August 12th. That's when they're going to reveal the newly revamped Batsuit. Could be that. You know, have Pattinson walk out again. But you know what's interesting about this too, about the logo, is the fact that it's not blue, it's not a different color, it's still red. It's still red. So they're keeping the red. It's not like some people were making it blue because maybe Mr. Freeze or something. I don't know. We'll see. A little too close. Well, you're not digging the mustache, the closeness of the mustache. Yeah, it is a little close. It is a little close. But anyways, there you go, guys. That's all the DC news. I don't think there's been anything else that has come about. Supergirl stuff. I mean, it is pretty cool that they're bringing on the writers and artists of the original book. They're part of the press tour, so that's cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, let's go ahead and move on. We'll get rid of the DC stuff. And now we're going to move on to, of course, I can get rid of that. I forgot to change this, so I don't think I even have. Yeah, there you go. I do have it. Sweet. So we got Avengers Doomsday, and apparently, I don't know if you guys saw, I don't even know. I don't even know what to make of what was leaked out. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any fucking sense, guys. There was apparently on a Saturday night. So I'm at home, you know, watching some sports and working on some shit. I'm just home and I'm like, oh, I went and got myself a nice little freaking awesome sandwich from a pizza place. Great sandwich. Watching the end of the freaking NBA Finals. And then right after that, watch Close Encounters of the Third Kind, because why not? Watch the Disclosure Day prequel. But I'm just kind of going like, all right, I'm looking online and people are talking about Avengers Doomsday leaks. And naturally I'm going, oh, here we go. Like, I mean, in the age of AI, how can we trust anything? And I don't know if you guys saw what was being passed around, okay? I don't think if you guys saw what was being passed around, it was all pixelated because I think they were trying to, like, oh yeah, this is real, guys. This is real, guys. And essentially what is happening in the footage is we're seeing like an Avengers Assemble kind of thing. And I guess the scene is Doctor Doom controlling some Sentinels, and then a few of characters are just coming together to fight. And I'm not even going to show it because you never know, just in case. But I mean, essentially, it's just pixely stuff like this. Why would it be pixelated like that? I don't know. But then what's also interesting is some of these accounts that were posting some of this stuff got dive bombed, got rid of it. They got the Kevin Feige sniper. So when I was seeing all this, I'm like, I don't even know what's true. I mean, when you're watching this, it's like 1:12. You don't hear anything. It's all just pixelated footage. But I'm like going, anybody could easily make this with AI now. And it's like you could make out certain characters who are showing up or who are in this scene right here, like Thor, like Steve Rogers in street clothes, Shang-Chi and everything. It's like, Jesus Christ, you can see a lot of things when it comes to all that. But I'm just like, I don't know. It just seems like that. Why the fuck would this? I mean, I can understand. It seems like Sony can't keep their shit under wraps when it comes to Spider-Man in the trailer. That seemed like that's legit. When I saw the leaks for that, I didn't watch the full thing, but I saw some things and I'm like, I think that's legit. But I'm going, but this is like a full-on fucking scene. I mean, are there literally just like people like getting paid money that are just doing some undercover covert shit that are trying to leak footage for Avengers Doomsday? I don't know. It's all weird, man. And I'm like, so again, it's like one of those things. You can make out the unfinished VFX. So somebody's saying like that. So I'm going, I mean, if it's real, it looks like it's, oh man, it's just, I mean, because I watched it, I'm like, I don't think this is real. This seems too on the nose of, but then I'm like, maybe it'll look cool with music and it all looking, but I'm like going, oh yeah, there's so-and-so, there's so-and-so, there's so-and-so. They're all just kind of coming in and, you know, and I'm like going, oh man, I don't know if I like this, but then I'm going, but again, who knows? It's just, I don't know. It's all very weird, man. I just don't know if I want to buy it. I just don't know if I buy it. Oh, you're talking about the Spider-Man Brand New Day. It's unfinished. Yeah, that could be very much that. And then, of course, we have our first look at the Doctor Doom Lego Doctor Doom. Uh-oh. That's from Carter Bricks 05. I mean, it's not like that's some kind of leak or whatever the hell. It's a Lego version. It's like, yeah, that's Doctor Doom's going to look pretty similar to that. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, they're saying that footage leaked. I don't know. It's all freaking crazy. And then we got Chris Evans right here. Apparently in an Instagram reel. Is this fucking real too? I mean, I had to double check. I mean, it almost seems like it's this AI. But apparently in celebration of his birthday, Chris's video from a few months back where he confirmed he... All right, but it's just like sometimes I'm like, the video is not even clear. Oh, come on.
Evans here. How you doing? Your husband Edward got you this video. He said he's getting it for your 20th wedding anniversary. That's incredible. Congratulations. That's amazing. That's something to be proud of. He actually said that he wanted to give this to you so that he could beat you at whatever gift you got him. So I don't know what you got him, but hopefully this does the trick. He said you and I have some pictures together. You've been to a lot of Comic-Cons. That's great. Thank you for the support. It's always lovely meeting fans and people who are in our corner. He wanted some shop talk, which kind of sounds like he wants some Avengers secrets. I can't give secrets. I can't. What can I give you, though? I can tell you that I start work on the next one in a couple months. So I'm in the next one. There's that. I can't tell you how much I'm in the next one, but I'm in it. So that's something. That's just, it's crumbs, but it's all I can do. You know the deal. Marvel's, they're too strict. Anyway, I hope you guys had a good anniversary. Thank you for the support. I think we have something else coming your way as well, but I won't ruin that surprise. All right. Bye, Jessica.
There you go. He's in the next one, as if we're shocked, right? Are we shocked that Steve Rogers is also going to be in Secret Wars? Not at all. Not really at all. So there you go. So there's your Avengers talk right there. Is the leaks real? I don't know. It just seems very weird that that's the case. I don't know. It's just I have trouble believing that nowadays, and I don't really even care. So, all right. Hey, let's talk about the box office. Box office, obviously, we had Disclosure Day come out. And yeah, it's definitely a discourse out there when it comes to Disclosure Day. I enjoyed it. I'm one of those that was like, yeah, did I think it was the best movie in the world? Was there a little bit of a letdown? Yeah, sure. Like even the final act and how everything wraps up kind of caught me off guard. But for the most part, I was dialed in from start to finish. I thought it felt like Steven Spielberg, and I was with it. Yes, what I would have wanted a little bit more of like, more, I don't know, like grittier alien stuff, sure, but it's Steven Spielberg, so what are you going to do? But let's look at the box office. Obviously, Disclosure Day made $44.5 million domestic, not too shabby. 49.5 worldwide or international, so it made $94 million over the weekend. Yeah, not strong, and it probably will have a drop with Toy Story 5 coming out next week. People probably won't even be talking about the movie, not for too long, but hey, no big deal, right? It's just like it's out there. We'll see what happens, blah, blah, blah. Obsession, of course, is still riding strong with short, like not that much, the drops are just small. It's at $287.2 million. Again, off a $750,000 budget, which is just so fantastic. So that's cool. Scary Movie. I mean, look at the drop. Scary Movie. 73.9% drop. But it sits at 172.8. It was made with $30 million. So there you go. So yeah, again, and I'm going to talk about this in a little bit. We got the Back Rooms with a $9 to $10 million budget. It's at 248.7. Still running pretty strong. Can't wait for more of that. Masters of the Universe had another 69.7% drop. It hasn't even made $100 million. Holy shit. I mean, it's like, I would have thought that maybe it would have made $100 million by its second weekend, but no, it's at 86.4. 86.4. And then, of course, you have something like Michael, that's at 934. Star Wars, Grogu, Mandalorian Grogu, crossed 300 million, blah, blah, blah. That's at least doing that. The Furious also came out, saw a small audience, $2.8 million. But again, what do I keep on saying, guys? What do I keep on saying is the fact that some of these movies, we have to remember, they have two lives. They have two lives. When it comes to Scary Movie, nobody's going to be talking about that movie after this weekend. I'm probably never going to talk about it again. It's probably not going to be in the top 5 of the box office after this weekend. Nobody's going to talk about Scary Movie, but at the same time, that's not even like shade on Scary Movie. They did what they needed to. Again, $30 million budget. They made their money back in profit because $30 million, you times it even by 3, 2.5 by 3, they're already in profit. So they did their job. A lot of people did not. I saw a lot of negativity when it came to Scary Movie because it was just like, it just felt like it was lazy writing. It was just bit after bit after bit. It didn't feel like how it should. And I'm like, yeah, but that's what we're probably going to get White Chicks 2 now. I wouldn't be surprised. With that success, the Wayans brothers are probably going to do White Chicks 2. They did what they needed to do by getting people excited for, hey, the return, we got it back, and hey, look at how current we're spoofing this and that. It marketed, it was easily marketable, it made its money, and now it's just nobody's going to talk about it anymore. Nobody's going to talk about it anymore. But when it comes to the big movies, when people are talking about suffering, like for instance, Masters of the Universe, what did I say? Second Life, even like somebody at Amazon was saying that they're okay, they're good with how this is starting with the franchise, and it's going to have that second life on Amazon. They're already looking at pre-sales for the Blu-rays. They're already looking at merchandise. They're looking at all that because, again, when it comes to the big IP movies, it's not just box office returns. I know we got those crazy experts out there that think they're an expert. And of course, like the really annoying ones that show up in my mentions that are going to be showing up in my mentions to the end of the year, talking about how Supergirl's a flop, Supergirl's a flop. They already have those tweets written, I know. But we have to remember when it comes to these IPs, yes, there is a second life on streaming, on digital, on physical, and then, of course, merchandise. So even when it comes to Mandalorian Grogu, yes, lowest box office for a Star Wars film, but it's going to do gangbusters on Disney. It's going to get a lot of plays on Disney. And again, merchandise. Disclosure Day, on the other hand, I don't know if that's going to have a second life. Hopefully, maybe, I don't know. It's probably going to have a pretty good drop because, yeah, there's a lot of, not the greatest word of mouth. Sadly, not the greatest word of mouth, but we'll see what happens. Anyways, there you go. There is the box office. There is the box office. Not Zack Snyder. I forgot to change that. Last thing I wanted to talk about real quick for the last topic is, oh boy, Paramount, Warner Brothers, this whole thing. We got a new Deadline article right here. It's kind of talking about more states and more politicians and more people getting involved with the prevention of this merger. It's just, it's going to be a never-ending battle when it comes to all this. But I wanted to kind of talk about this article right here from Deadline. Paramount politics in tough year for incumbents. $111 billion WBD merger has state AGs concerned with more than antitrust after feds approve deal. Yes, the Justice Department did approve the merger. Exclusive. And pretty much what has already been said. Just a few feet from Donald Trump. That's right. David Ellison was sitting there at the event, the Freedom 250 event. A smiling David Ellison was front and center at last night for the UFC's controversial and inflammatory Freedom 250 cage matches on the White House lawn. Still, even with the Justice Department approving the WBD merger late last week without any concessions, the Paramount Skydance's CEO's happy face masked some spiky obstacles to the merger from overseas in state houses over Ellison's strategic bear hug with the ex-Apprentice host. Jeez. Quite a freaking paragraph right there. The Ellisons' haste to get their deal done by Trump has a lot of enemies, but Trump has a lot of, haste to get their deal done by Trump has a lot of enemies, and an individual close to power players in Sacramento told Deadline after the June 12th sign-off by the federal DOJ. They may think they're home free, but that's wishful thinking and not political reality. Led by California's re-election-seeking Rob Bonta, nearly a dozen state attorneys generals are poised to launch a lawsuit in the next few weeks to derail the Para Bros deal, or at least take a bite out of it, Deadline can confirm. However, for all the antitrust threats opponents to the merger have floated, the mainly unspoken but real battle in this year of midterm elections seems to be about old-fashioned politics firing up the base. Politics. Jesus. Of course, midterms this year. Having told Deadline ages ago that his office was pondering an antitrust action over the WBD meld, AG Bonta threw cold water on the Trump DOJ sign-off last week with a curt, "The merger of Warner Brothers and Paramount is not a done deal and remains under investigation by my office" tweet. At the same time, the Ellisons have retained Jeffrey Kessler to get in the legal octagon for them if the state throws down. Having fought alongside Bonta, New York AG Letitia James and the others recently and successfully pinning Live Nation in the antitrust suit the Trump administration had walked away from, Kessler is an inspired choice by Paramount on many levels. Kessler won't tip his hand to the electoral backroom moves at play, but the Winston and Schrawn litigator is very skeptical the states have any antitrust suit when it comes to Para Bros. So yeah, it's just a lot of just back and forth. They're still going to be trying to get on them and everything. I have great respect for the states. Kessler told Deadline in true diplomatic fashion from the Lord's POV, there will be no reduction in competition. in Hollywood if the two companies become one. I think they're very talented lawyers there, and I think they do a lot of wonderful things for the public good. I will not criticize the states in any way, shape, or form. There's a lot of blah, 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 blah. It's just going to be nonstop. There's going to be a lot of pushback. I mean, it's just going to take, again, this merger is not, yes, it got approved, but it's still a lot of things that I still have to go through. It's just, Jesus Christ. It gets to the point where it's like, oh my God. Oh my God. So, Wiki, the crazy part of Warner Brothers and Paramount have had partnerships in the past, which is how we got the CW. Yeah, see, there you go. I mean, it's going to happen. No matter what, it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen. I don't think there's any preventing it from happening. But, yeah, it's just, but there's still going to be people that are just going to be pushing back towards it. I don't know. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what freaking happens. And yes, Devin, thank you. I actually did forget. I did forget about, there was Booster Gold news, but it was just like the head writer, the main writer guy of Booster Gold. Apparently he turned in a script. Oops. Yeah. Yeah, David Jenkins announces he's turned in the Booster Gold pilot script. I love it. One of my favorite pilot scripts. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. So we still got to wonder like who Booster Gold is actually going to be. But I guess we'll find out. All right, let's go to some Twitter questions. Right here, we got Eric Blake regarding the Paramount WB situation. Since we both know these states, who again were silent when Disney bought 20th Century Fox, ain't gonna stop it. I'd say WB may give us some legacy sequels like Paramount under Ellison, Constantine Part 2. Yeah, I know Part 2. And we'll see. I mean, if they could finally greenlight that, that'd be pretty sweet. Yo, Dave, thoughts on this fan cast? Well, I mean, it's a little late on this fan cast, but are you I mean, maybe I guess for the DCU, right? Yeah, he'd be a good dent. I always forget how to Chitwell. I always can never fully pronounce his name, which I apologize for. But yeah, he would be a pretty excellent Harvey Dent. I always like him as an actor and everything he's done, and I liked him in the back rooms. He was great in the back rooms. And Devin Wooter, hey Dave, Jimmy Olsen in Gorilla Grodd TV show. Do you think this will work? I think it could. I'm really sick and tired of people saying that Supergirl will bomb. Well, yeah. And no matter what it makes, it's gonna bomb. It's a bomb flop. These guys, I mean, literally, like most of their tweeting every day is all about Super. It's like it's a fucking illness. It is a mental illness. Anyways, and I just watched Bad Boys 4. What's your favorite scene? Oh yeah, that scene right there when like the close up of the gun, that was pretty sweet. Again, those directors, the two guys, they're fucking great at doing that unique directing, the unique camera angles. Michael Minette. So Dave, being a Bat fan, how excited are you to see that the Batman Part 2 is finally done? Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Bum, 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 bum. Gotta love it. So you're telling me there's a chance. We got Dylan G right here in honor of the Batman Part 2. Yeah, I remember this. That was funny. Put that music on there. It's pretty funny stuff right there. Come on, that's great. Put that music on a lot of things. Cooper Knox, do the Restore the Snyderverse bros have a backup plan in case all of these states somehow force Paramount merger to fall apart? I don't know. I honestly, when it comes to those guys, yeah, I'm sure they do. It's I mean, they've already been delving into AI. It's probably going to be AI stuff. Even if the Paramount thing goes through, that's all they care about. They don't see that Zach has literally 2 big movies. After trying to get his passion project out, he's got 2 big movies, and but all they see is like that Paramount's gonna just fire James Gunn, get rid of the DCU, and then restore the Snyderverse, which is not what we fought for when it came to the Snyder Cut movement. But again, I mustn't forget that these guys mainly didn't join Twitter and join whatever this fight is until after the Snyder Cut came out. So weird, because like, we won, guys. We won. We won. What the hell is this? This one guy named Paul, he likes to just throw that out there. Pretty interesting. Not even sure what that is. These guys are bandwagon fans. Oh, yeah. I don't know. It's so weird because, yeah, sometimes, like, some of those guys, I'm like, wow, you didn't join until after 2001. I'm like, where the fuck were you? Where the fuck were you during that? And then it's like, guys, we won. I mean, that's what I don't understand when it comes to these guys. I'm like, guys, we won. We won. Even Zach said if there was like anything further from that, it was like the ultimate victory of the Snyder Cut coming out was just like, we won. Nobody could ever say all the people that were pushing back against all that stuff, they could say that they lost. They took that L. Now it's like we're 5 years later, and what the fuck are you guys even fighting for? It just makes no sense. All you're doing is ruining the credibility of the Snyder fandom. Obviously, they've done a good job with that. They made pure asses out of themselves and made a mockery of the fucking fandom because they're the loud voices. And it's just like, yeah, they're just, I don't know, just a bunch of grifting, selfish fucking fans, sadly. But did I say 2001? 2021, I meant. Anyways, all right. Well, that's pretty much it. Yeah, it's just Hulk running down a hospital hallway. I don't know what the hell that was, but you gotta love it. Sometimes you just get real random shit like that. It's just what happens. Just what happens, especially from that one right there. Anyways, guys, that is it for tonight's show. Appreciate you guys spending some time with me. We got post show on Patreon. So if you want to subscribe to that, help out the pirate ship. I didn't do a Sunday evening podcast last night. Like I said, I was just kind of just focused on some other things, so I didn't do one of those. But I will be posting a post show on there, so check that out. Anybody on Patreon and everything. So, and I always love the extra support. Like I said, all the videos, all my clips and everything, videos and clips, usually just you get them on there first, and no, of course, ads or anything. So appreciate you guys subscribing to that. I'll see you guys on Wednesday for members only Film Junkie Live unless something crazy happens. And you guys have a good Tuesday. And yeah, guys, love ya. And talk to you later.